Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. It's me. I actually have not started my face tracker. I should probably do that as well. Let's see, where is the button? And then after this, I do need to debug why this doesn't work on Linux. Linux, why are you so difficult? It's not Linux's fault. Mostly. It's slightly Linux's fault, let's be real. And also, I have seemed to delete the VSS project. So today what we're going to be working on, since I am feeling like really burnt out for some reason. Like unexpectedly, really burnt out. It's like I don't really want to work on anything graphical. It's like what I kind of want to do is just work on a CLI application or something that just doesn't have much of any graphics, just UI. It's like, I know I really shouldn't. Those are generally pretty boring streams, but then there's nothing to look at. And also, unfortunately, like the fact that I'm not very good at programming makes things somewhat difficult. So instead, oh, VSS already exists. Wait. So it already exists. Why doesn't this show up in the browser? Hold on. Oh, is it because VSS is on a different, VSS is currently on Godot 4? Is that why it doesn't show up? It is on Godot 4. Git checkout. Master. Assets. Entities. Screens. That's it. Alright, let's actually also go back here. Also, this model's looking pretty dark. Yeah, why is the light so unbright? Oh, you know what? It was probably not applying the light energy settings. So now just putting this at full white is probably good. Probably good. Let's see. Git check out master, and then what other branches are there? Git check out mouse tracking. Git branch delete tracking data interface. I think that's already merged, so it doesn't matter. Go back to Godot. We'll have to import this one. Yeah, so what this is supposed to do is, oh, look at that, it's beautiful. Oh, you know what? I do need to pull some stuff into this branch. So let's see. What's the best way to do that? I need to rebase off of the other one. So it's like git fetch. What are my remotes? All right, let's test how good I am at git. Git remotes. So we need to git fetch osfgd. Let's see. This is going to be a little difficult. Not gonna lie. Would not count me as someone who is really good at this kind of stuff. So there's the new tag, right? So let's get checkouts out of this. Git restore assets. Project at Godot. I wonder why it always kind of mangles my project.godot file. It doesn't mangle it, but it replaces some. Oh, you know what? It's probably because it's on Windows, right? It's replacing the line endings. And then when I add it back, it just changes it back to Linux style line endings. All right, So this will be git check out. I guess fast forward. We'll call it fast forward. For new branch, then we'll do git rebase osfgd master. All right, now we need to go in and resolve the conflicts. Oh baby. Let's go in here. Open up. So this will be in VSS. Just select this folder. This should have all the linting stuff taken care of. We don't need the language server. Language servers are for nerds. So current change. Oh no, are these slightly different now? Hold on. Interpolation data. Are these slightly different? Oh, okay, so these won't rebase cleanly. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll do one of these. That's tough. Yeah. This is right eye open a mouse. So these are functions, it doesn't matter. It's just line 314 and 307 that need to be modified here. And so let's just grab all of these. Just kind of manually rebase it like this. I think that's okay. I think that's the only big change. I can't remember. Is that the only big change? Right, the big change as well from OpenCFace GD is that there's now expression support. Data get left eye open amount, so that's good. Blank threshold less greater than blah. And then these are all the same. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so we can delete this. Delete this. That should be okay. We can add VRM model. Let's actually add it here just so I don't forget. Git status, git add entities. VRM model. Let's see. We'll need to open up app manager as well. So current change. Tracking backend is listening. So we need to grab this one as well. Wait a minute. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This is okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay, I think. App manager. So we'll go git add utils app manager. And then what's the diff? What's still to do in project.godot? Project.godot. I think I just want to accept both changes, right? Signal broadcaster, accept both changes. I'm thinking. Everyone shut up. I think that's okay. Accept both changes. Beautiful. Git add project.godot. Git rebase. Continue. Huzzah! Looks good to me. Yeah. So now we can open up Godot. One of these days I'll get around to actually rewriting this in C# as well. Just because I need a better ability to, I guess, stronger static typing. Yeah. Alright, so really quick, I do need to push this branch. So git status, git. Why? What's the diff? That's okay. I'm not sure what happened. Wait. Oh, it just moved. What? That's okay, I guess. That's not okay, actually. Let's git restore me. Git restore. Project.Godot. So we'll push u origin fast forward. Just so that everyone's aware of it. So in GitHub here, I say that everyone's aware of it, but you know, compare pull request, just so it's all tracked. Even though I'm about to just merge it immediately. It makes me feel good. It's being useful. And then we can also rebase off of, or rebase the other working branches off of this. So that should work. So we'll just merge the pull request. Why not? So we'll just fast forward this, delete the branch. We don't need it. Git check out master, git pull. And then git status, git, oh, okay. I feel like that one's updated, IFM? IFM was updated? Or origin IFM, yeah. And then IFM GE4. Have I not pulled recently? I thought that was somewhat recent. Who knows? Also, let me just drop in my bot. So we'll git check out. We'll git branch, delete fast forward, and then IFM rebase as well. Git branch, that's fine. Git check out mouse tracking, git rebase master. Nice, sick. All right, let's open this up in Godot, and then we'll get mouse tracking working in VSS. The first difference, tracking back end. So give me a retry. Try again. Yeah, so there we go. There's our mouse tracker. I still need to figure out a better API for tracking backend, but I think for now it's okay. It is a candidate for rewrite though, for sure. You know, this is one of the instances where having an interface like you would in like C#, that would be really nice. Oh, and actually, these are still here, right? Isn't that incorrect? I'm thinking in OpenC face, that's incorrect. Like I'm also just opening up a prodigious amount of windows, so let's be careful here. So in App Manager, yeah, I took out that. Actually, I cleaned this up pretty significantly as well. So I think these are starting to deviate pretty hard. Alright, so let's try to clean it up. I know that I can't just copy and paste though. So let's be strategic. Let's do it one at a time. Whatever things that I can see. So what things do I see? So Signal Broadcaster needs to move here just so that we are synced up. This should be rebased properly. Hopefully I did rebase it. Git log. Where are we at? Start mash tracking. Add interfaces. Is this not rebased? Is this not rebased? This might not be rebased actually. What the heck? Hold on. Wait a minute. Is this not rebased? I thought I rebased it off master. Project Godot. Send me back. So git rebase origin master. Right? Start mouse tracking work. Tracking data, interfaces. Hey? Oh, hello, Code Custard. How are you doing tonight? I said I would work on a game today, but I totally lied. Although I'm feeling very burnt out from working on games. I don't know why, but I know if I don't keep up a regular cadence of working on stuff, I'll just fall out of it. So we're back to working on the render stuff. This change should be pretty quick. Well, what was I talking about? Why not use Git Kraken? Makes your rebase silky smooth. Git Kraken? What is Git Kraken? Is that a visual UI thing? Git Kraken? I'm not familiar with that. Free GUI? Ugh, I don't need it. And it is pricing. Gross. I mean, it is free, but whatever. I don't mind rebasing from the UI. I'm used to it from work. At work, right? I only had access to Eclipse for Java, and then like Notepad for Python. Notepad or Vim for Python. So, nope. And because Vim is built into Git Bash, so I've been Stockholm Syndrome into liking the Git UI. Talking about burnout. I am burnt out. I don't want to do any graphics, but this is pretty easy since I'm not having to create my own graphics. But I do need to figure out why my rebase failed. So this should have rebased me. Yeah. Oh, I just rebased this on the wrong thing. That's why. Oh my god. Undo. That's why my rebase failed. I merged it on the wrong thing. All right. That sucks. Undo this. Revert me. I was not paying attention at all. Create pull request. Why the heck did I do that? That's why. I thought I rebased it, and I was wondering. I was looking through my Git log here. I was wondering what's going on here. I rebased it on OpenCFHDD. I should have filed the pull request on VSS, where VSS is the thing that's where VSS is this repository. So you know I'm pretty smart. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty burnt out though. Yeah, it must have come from. I blame the Ludum Dare. Honestly. But it's also because I just don't want to make graphics, man. Making graphics is such a pain for me. Alright. So there's a few things I need to undo here, by the way. Because I'm a huge idiot. Restore this branch. Let's see how it looks like a bunch of jibber jabber. Once you get used to it, it doesn't look too bad. Once you get used to it. Right, so you have your author email. There we go, there's my real name. Probably shouldn't be showing my email live on stream, but that's okay. That's my email, by the way. If you have any business inquiries, feel free. Let's see, create new pull request. So the branch should be restored. So we want to do it to VSS, compare fast forward. What about some asset packs? Nah. I've considered it. I have used some of Kenny's asset packs before. I don't know, just something about it doesn't feel right with me. Something about it doesn't feel right. Did I not rebase this, by the way? What the heck? Base master. Huh? Did this not... Where's the merge conflict? There's a merge conflict somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Create pull request. Oh, it's because I need to approve it. Haha. Yeah, so Kenny asset packs, they're okay. Hey? Where is it? Where are the conflicts? Did I not do this? Am I stupid? I think I'm starting to lose my mind. NPM of graphics. No. I don't like using other people's asset packs. It just feels kind of weird. Yeah, and then you also have the stigma of being like an asset flip or whatever if you actually use that stuff. And then there's also the problem, right, of, well, you know, getting something out is better than not getting anything out, right? But once you start using assets, then you kind of, you design your entire program around the assets as well. That's what starts to happen. Alright, so git check out, was it fast? Forward, because I already deleted that. Alright, so what's your problem? This should be good. Did I not push the correct thing? Like, this shouldn't have any... Hey? Yeah. Anyways, the NPM of graphics is not a good... that's not a flattering comparison, because NPM sucks. Like, it makes it amazingly easy, but it's also just a huge vulnerability. Did you see, like, there was a news article last week about... There was a news article last week about some it was what was it? It was an NPM package to automatically figure out which browser you're running. And so someone had slipped in a bad commit. So it was a Trojan. I think it was a Bitcoin miner, as well as it sends over your hardware information to some server. And so because of, you know, how NPM works and how a lot of Node.js dependencies work, a lot of projects were using it. So if you had used like any big framework for like, I think the period of like 2 weeks, you know, have a Trojan on your computer. Do you know how to use Blender? I do know how to use Blender. I do know how to use Blender. Also, something is wrong here. Resolve conflicts. Something is bad. Something is wrong. I thought I changed these. On blend shape. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. What is this? What is this? 302? Wait. Am I stupid? Did I accidentally... What? This doesn't look correct. This looks really incorrect, actually. So this is get left eye open amount. Why does this show up all the way down here? Oh, that's fine, actually. That's okay. Seeing the console, something about MetaMask while we're... Oh, I think I got hit. Something about MetaMask while working on a project. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. Hooray for crypto! What an ethical project. I shouldn't speak bad about crypto, though. I do work in the crypto space, technically. Actually, not technically. I literally work in the crypto space now. Since, while ethically, I don't think crypto is a good thing. I think fiduciarily, it would be irresponsible of me to not work in crypto. This looks correct. I should be able to merge. Why isn't this working? So I rebased it. Yeah. I rebased this. Why are you complaining? Git rebase master. Did I rebase this on the wrong thing? Am I stupid? What is your problem? Yeah, did I rebase this on the wrong thing? I think I might be stupid. Might need a wellness check. Something is very wrong. Like, this is how you rebase. Where are we at? Git add utils app manager. What the heck? Then git status. Git rebase. Continue. Yeah. Send it. Oh my god. Alright, what's your problem? Yeah. No, this is what I just did, right? I'm losing my mind. Ethical because of the power? Yeah, well, it's ethical because of a few... It's ethically dubious, right? Crypto is ethically dubious because of a few things. One, the power consumption, yes, right? That's obviously a big one. Never not going to be a big one, right? But also because a lot of crypto prices are price manipulated pretty hard because there's no regulation. So, I mean, people always seem to be surprised by this, but, right, just like in real life, the majority of the crypto market is controlled by the upward, like, 10%. Not even 10%, 2%. There was an article that came out, like, this week stating that, like, the majority of the crypto market is controlled by just a few wallets. If only I could crack and rebase in 2 seconds. Well, it's just a visual editor, right? Visual editor. I mean, we're not trying to go as fast as possible. Anyways, no, the reason why this is taking me a while is because I messed up my first merge. I messed up my first rebase. Because I accidentally merged on, what did I slur my speech there? Raise both my hands above my head. Yep, not having a stroke. Can't smell burnt toast either, so we're probably pretty good. Git add. Yeah, so it's because I messed up my first merge. It's not an excuse, I swear. And then git diff. No, I don't need the diff. I did this already. So we just get rid of both of these. Oh baby, oh baby. A triple. Oh baby, a triple. That's what the kids are into nowadays, right? Actually, that's what the kids were into, like, when I was a kid. Do people still make Call of Duty montages? Git rebase, continue. Yeah, feels good. There's another merge conflict. What is it? Did I add a space? Am I stupid? Is that what was causing the merge conflict? That's okay, send it. That's it, right? Yeah. Git add VRM model. If only you used git cracking the first time? Well, no. See, the original problem was that I rebased correctly, but I merged it on the wrong repository. And then I deleted the branch. So now I think GitHub is confused. So I could just rebase it here and forced push, but I'm trying to not do that. Because that is, when you're collaborating with people, you should not force push, especially on master. That's considered bad manners. That's not how you do it, by the way. You know, visual tools, if you don't know what you're doing, then visual tools are great. You know, I use visual tools all the time when interacting with, like, what you call it? Like Kubernetes kind of ops, yeah. So the Kubernetes command line tool kind of stinky, unless you know what you're doing. But using like an online or just a self-hosted UI tool for interacting with Kubernetes, that's fantastic, right? Because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Do I know what I'm doing a lot of the time? Yes. Do I know how to do it from the CLI? Not really, right? So, you know, editing, deployment configs, build configs, I know how to do it, I just don't remember how to do it from the CLI. I like it when I can, you know, like, do I push this to the whatevers or the whatnots? Like, how do I hook up the registry? I know how to hook up the registry, the Docker registry, but do I know how to do it from the CLI? No, I don't. Right. That's what I do. Yeah, I don't know. Is force push fine for your branch? Yeah. If you're on a branch, if it's your own branch, then it's okay, right? Who cares if you force push to your own branch? Oh no. Is GitHub also starting to crack down on large file sizes? I think that's fair. Merging is blocked. Well, I'm an administrator, so I can send it. Oh, hello. Soy chupador. What's a chupador? I am. How you doing, man? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Pretty burnt out from game dev, so I'm not doing game dev. But what I'm working on right now is one of these. So I wrote this. This is free and open source, available for download on my GitHub. Under MIT license. What I'm working on is I guess this is successor program called VSS. We're merging it. Use your administrator privileges to merge it. Send it. I'm on the right repo, right, this time? Yeah. So when I'm not making games, I do make a lot of just kind of tooling. So this is not stream avatars. This is my own thing hooked in the Twitch chat, so it has Nico or Billy style chat messages. I also have written a bot in Golang, not Godot, Golang, so you can see it here. I forgot to put the bot message in the title. Your stream is buffering a lot for me. I'm gonna have to leave. Oof. I've only dropped 1,000 frames, but sorry. I'm sorry you're not enjoying the stream. I apologize. Thanks for hopping in the chat anyways. It might be because of my prodigious screen size, but there's no way for me to adjust my recording thing, is there? I've been looking into doing that, but I'm not sure. Right, like output, video bitrate. My bitrate might be a bit too high, now I'm thinking about it. I have no idea. I've only dropped a few frames. Only 1%. Which happens occasionally. How much EXP do you have with or experience do you have with Golang? Pretty good amounts, I guess. I don't know. I've worked with it professionally, so I'm not sure what that counts for. I think in terms of using Golang for what it's actually meant for, in my opinion, which is web services, almost none. I'm really sorry because I really enjoy VTuber, so I'm Godot stuff, but my internet connection is acting up today. Good luck, follow. Oh, thank you very much. So I Troubadour for the follow. You know, I stream Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, and on Wednesdays from on Wednesdays from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes earlier, sometimes later. I don't know. Working on not just whatever I want in Godot, usually, sometimes. But yeah, Discord is there if you want to hang out and get notifications. Oh no, did my bot get kicked? My bot got kicked. Or did my bot crash? It's one or the other. Sometimes it just crashes. Oh, my bot crashed. That's good. Hold on. I need to debug that at some point as well. So I have my bot hosted on Replit. But Replit doesn't have... Yeah, okay, so it crashed. And the unfortunate part about it running on Replit is that it doesn't have any Actually, where's the Go log file? So we go into here. Hold on. My bot crashed. I don't really remember why. So we go into Go. No, that's not where the logs are. Where are Go logs stored? Go logs location. Where does Go log the errors? Hey. So where does it go? Get it. Oh, it doesn't write to a log file by default, huh? I should probably do that. Anyways, let's just run it. Sometimes this happens. It's because of how I'm doing crash or sleep now. I actually pay for the hacker plan, so it's on. I've had it crash before on me as well when I ran it locally. Yeah, it's something to do with this part here. So let's just, you know, I've made this joke before, but oh no. Sold 5 packs of chocolate today, 55 less in the case. You know, there we go. Just 11 more days like that, and you'll be solid. Yeah, here's the problem. Discord bot. It's this part here. This part here where I messed up. Something about this is really prone to crashing. Oh, you know what? You know what? I need to change this. So response body close. So whenever there's an error, I close the response body when applicable, and then just continue on to the next iteration on the loop. Well, do both of these things where applicable. So sleep for 1 minute so I don't go over my rate limit, and then also do this thing. Because sometimes Twitch's API just fails for whatever reason, right? But what I'm doing here is I'm not returning because I can't return because this is just an infinite loop, right? But if there's an error, I actually just continue on and then Golang crashes, which is fair. Because I'm not actually handling the error, I'm just logging it. Logging it to the console where it's not possible to actually see the logs afterwards. So that makes sense. We're just gonna keep it like this for now though. I think I know how to fix this thing. Yeah. So what's happening is that one of these things fails, but I'm not actually exiting early because I can't. Right? Because I do need to do this so I don't accidentally like DOS the Twitch servers and then get blacklisted. That would be an absolute travesty. Yeah, and so what this code does is on my Discord I have a stream notifications thing, and so all this does is it sends a request to this thing. Here's my user ID, by the way. Smart enough not to expose my credentials. I'm not gonna click on secrets though. Check out Replit. Replit's nice. I would not recommend Replit for anything besides like Python or JavaScript though. I think all their other kind of online editor tools are pretty bad. Like the Golang one is okay. It does not lint your code properly, or it doesn't format your code properly. For most people that's okay. Because you're not supposed to do like super big projects in Replit anyways. Anyways, this is probably okay. For now, I'll need to rewrite this after the stream, along with all the other stuff I need to do. Alright, so we go back to here. This needs to reload. Reload. Yeah, Replit, not too bad. They were involved in a controversy earlier this year, where, whatchamacallit? One of their interns, like it was kind of a gray area, right? So one of their interns released like a free and open source thing, right? So you know how Replit does the entire, you know, you spin up a container with a programming environment. So what one of their interns did is make a project that supports all kinds of languages, like 55 different languages, whereas Replit only supports a few. And the intern did it to kind of The intern did it to demonstrate how easy it was to just add more languages, to kind of, I guess, push Replit to add more stuff, right? And so the Replit founder did not like that, so he threatened legal action, which is, you know, that's horrible, by the way. Do not endorse that. But I also think that if you work for a company, then right after you finish your internship, you release something that does pretty much the same thing. That's a bit ethically dubious, in my opinion. Just check the plans, probably stick to Firebase. What are the Firebase plans? I'm not familiar with Firebase. I've heard of Firebase, but I'm not. Does Firebase also do what I'm doing? So you can build fully managed infrastructure. Oh, okay. So you need. This is basically like a DigitalOcean, right? Something like that. So it just gives you like a. This is infrastructure as a service, something like that, or is this more like Kubernetes as a service? I'm not familiar. I've never really worked with Firebase before. I have heard of it. Just give me the acronym. Is this IaaS? Is this SaaS? I don't think it's SaaS. Is it a platform as a service? Probably not. Chat tier app? I don't know. What is this? I like having just infrastructure as a service, right? Because I do the entire stack. I do more than the entire stack. I do the infrastructure as well. I just don't do networking, which is fine with me. Anyways, this is where we're at. Reload this. And so we should be on the Rust stuff. So this is trackers. There's mouse tracker GD. We can look at this. And so here, I believe this should already be, okay. So identifier signal broadcaster is not a valid type. Could not be found on self. So signal broadcaster, where is this? Yeah, there it is. Did I just need to open it once? This happens sometimes. Wait for it. It's thinking about it. Open me back up. App manager. Why are you like this, Godot? Save it. Oh my god. Hold on. Unsave me. Restart the entire thing. That's what makes Godot kind of hard to work with as well. At least in GDScript 1.0, which is the 3x branch, it doesn't like having. Yeah, okay. It doesn't like it when you change the class names. 4chan but ducky, duckchan, uwu. Duckchan. Wa. Duckchan. Kyou mo. Kawaii. I don't know about DigitalOcean. It's probably past. Well, no, DigitalOcean is. DigitalOcean has a few things. I have a few of my websites hosted on DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean is infrastructure as a service primarily, so they just give you a virtual server, and then just let you go wild. You can then also, if you want to pay a bit more, you can add a load balancer. They also have Kubernetes as a service, but it's all mostly like you need to bring your own application and then deploy it onto DigitalOcean. We're not going to. Actually, no, we can totally check out my website. Check out my website. TimothyYuan.io. Look at that. Please load. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's still in progress, by the way. I was writing my resume, and I was like, you know what? What if we just send it, and I'll just like edit the HTML file just on the thing, and then here we are. So this is pretty much HTML only, I don't load, or I don't provide any JavaScript. So it loads in JavaScript from, where does it load in JavaScript from? I do an import from somewhere. Yeah. So I do a script thingy. So, hooray. Look at that. So I think if you turn off JavaScript, what happens? Can't I block JavaScript on this site? How do I do that? I've never had to do that. Block pop-ups. How do I block JavaScript? Disable JavaScript. Then reload. Reload me. How does this look without JavaScript? It's beautiful. So look, it still works. Actually, that doesn't seem like that makes sense. How is this still loading in the formatting? Oh, you know what? Because it doesn't stop it from loading. The more I go into web dev, the more I'm kind of confused. Anyways. There we go. This is just using 3JS. So you just have the infinite plane that slowly rotates and also follows your mouse. Why am I doing it? I have no idea. I thought it'd be cool. It does make it somewhat distracting. It is kind of unprofessional, but you know, whatever. Also provides links to my GitHub and my itch.io. Hooray. It's so easy. Some of this stuff is still broken because it's not actually serving from a server, an app server. It's just serving straight from Nginx. But yeah, this is all hosted on DigitalOcean. So DigitalOcean, I set up the Nginx stuff. VSS project, I also bought this. This is just more or less copied word for word from my personal website. You may be able to see the similarities. They both work in roughly the same way. But yeah, that's Nginx. Nginx is a reverse proxy. So there's a proxy server which is client facing. A reverse proxy server is server facing. So you can have both a proxy server and a reverse proxy working at the same time. You know, lots of clients subscribe to a proxy server, or they go through a proxy server. Then a proxy server takes a connection, any connection, and sends it to the appropriate app server. So it's kind of you kind of funnel everything through one thing. And then of course you would want to load balance that. I want to do JavaScript and Discord and for web development. So when I'm 16, I can try to take some little jobs where people want web development. Well, why wait? The time is now. You can go to Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp, pretty good if you want to learn JavaScript. If you want to learn like anything else, I would also recommend Code Academy for Python. I've only done their Python course, but that's how I learned how to program. Is Code Academy. Code Academy, pretty sick. Yeah, web dev is a pretty spicy field right now. So unless you really know what you're doing, you're not don't expect to make a bunch of money. But I would recommend, there's Free Code Camp /Code Academy. Code Academy is what I used. Did I spell Academy right? I'm starting to doubt myself. But those two things are pretty good. Need to refresh this. And of course, there's a lot of just online resources as well, right? So if you want to get better at Python, I think there's Real Python, which was actually a Kickstarter project that I backed all the way back in the day. Hold on, let's just get real distracted in here. Real Python Kickstarter. Yeah, look at that. Real Python. Yeah, can I find my pledge? I think I pledged to this before. Yeah, one of these. Real Python. Back when this is still a Kickstarter. And so I bought part of this. Learned Django. So I did this after I got up to speed on, whatchamacallit? Just regular Python, Python 2. So you know what? Let's start to do some web dev, because you don't need to do JavaScript if you want to do, I guess, some sort of web development. It does really, really help. But if all you want to do is serve things from some sort of CDN, a content delivery network, you can actually do everything in just whatever language you want, right? So Django offers like HTML templating, so it generates the HTML file for you. So, and then I think there's also just packages that kind of package together, you know, this will just work. It injects, you know, React, whatever, so you can do everything in Python. Will it be as good as handcrafted JavaScript layouts? No, but will it be good enough? Yes, and it is very fast. Anyways, what we're doing here, so we can start this. I guess we won't be able to start this. Attempt to call function new in base native scripts on a null instance. Oh, I forgot to recompile. Hold on. So we go to cd rust cargo build release. Yeah, because there's no target. I forgot. Yeah, because I don't I deleted the Rust folder for whatever reason, so now we gotta recompile. Hooray for Rust. Yeah, the resources are out there. You just gotta find them, you know, seek them out. Ask people about them. You know, you don't need to learn, you don't need to know anything about programming. You just need to know how to find the answers to your questions. Right, programming, not hard. I think if you're doing computer science, that's very difficult, but never heard of WASI? So WASI is one of the WebAssembly runtimes, right? Is this correct? I think that's correct. Isn't it? Yeah, WASI is WebAssembly, isn't it? WASI programming. Yeah, WebAssembly modular system interface. Yeah, I don't know. I know that Godot compiles to WASM. WebAssembly system interface. I know that there's also a lot of projects out there that are trying to use, I guess, WebAssembly as just like a global runtime as well. That's not really probably what you're talking about, but I think WebAssembly in general is really cool, right? Because it's you know, the best kind of, or the best container, you know, back when containers were the hottest new thing. The best container, though, was Chrome, or a web browser, right? And so now that WebAssembly executes in your browser, why even deploy on bare metal? Just target WebAssembly, and then you can it's the new JVM. Something like that, interface. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. I don't know. I've tried compiling my own WebAssembly stuff. It's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'd rather someone else handle the WebAssembly. So I just write normal code. Either like Godot does it, you can do Rust stuff, and then you need to, you know, annotate it properly. So, I mean, here's the Rust stuff that I wrote. So we go to Rust source librs. Look at that. I was using mouse RS, but I moved over to device query, which is why things are commented out. Yeah, WASM, WASI. All the same stuff. I don't know too much about them, other than it's cool. And also, you cannot write a Godot extension, even though, you know, Godot compiles, has a HTML5 export target. It does not have, or Twitch does not let you load in WebAssembly. It's blocked. So once WebAssembly stops being blocked by defaults, which will be at some point, you know, I think the hard part is that you need to sandbox it, which is a bit harder. It's easier to sandbox JavaScript, right? Because JavaScript just runs in an interpreter. But WASM, WebAssembly is a bit tougher. Glue code to make any code run with any language. is it? I'm not. I don't know enough about that to make his name. I know that if you just have a CFFI, that's pretty much your glue code right there, right? Forward function interface. So that's how a lot of the more optimized Python code works. I think I should be good. Send it. This is the wrong button. Oh. All right, so we turn on. What does turn on tracker do? I've just totally forgotten. Where's my entry point? I think I can just do start tracker and this won't break, but it might. Go to app manager, tracking backend, add child. There's a strong possibility that this might just break. So mouse tracker. What are you listening for? Start tracker. So we can start tracker. It's not quite working. Okay, so we have an error. Thread start function cannot call function perform reception to start thread. What the heck? Start tracker. So start tracker on start tracker. If not is listening, then we want to start receiver. Start receiver. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, it's because I just commented this out. Why did I do that? Send me. Yeah. I guess if WASI, W-A-S-I is like basically like a CFFI, but for like WebAssembly, then that's pretty cool, I guess. Don't know too much about it. All right. So let's see. This is the new application. This is just mouse tracking. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, even though I'm moving my mouse all around the screen. Stop the tracker. And so I am just listening to start tracker, the one signal. There's only the one signal for that button, which is start tracker. It should be something like, to be more descriptive, it should be like tracker pressed, but whatever. One of the big problems though with starting things on threads is that Godot struggles with debugging when there's a thread running. Will not stop reception. Stop reception false. I don't know, man. We can do like a really quick app manager log. You're not gonna give me code completion, huh? Not gonna give me code completion. Help. Yeah, WebAssembly, cool. I think it's honestly, as someone who doesn't really work in web dev, but will probably have to in the future now that I'm kind of working over second job. Thank you, anonymous viewer, for the follow, by the way. You haven't spoken in chat yet, so I won't call you out, won't out you. Yeah, now that my new job, I have 2 jobs, not to brag. Help, okay. Is basically in QA and testing, right? So now I'm simultaneously both a software consultant who focuses mostly on app dev, middleware, infrastructure, containerization, app migration, all that good stuff. Everything except for networking and databases. But even then, apparently I know more than the average person, because whenever I was doing interviews, I would always say like, hey, like, ask me any question you want, but don't expect a good answer for like networking or databases. And be, oh, sorry, I was going to ask you a networking question. And I was like, oh, but you should still hit me with it. Yeah, okay. What's the difference between like a TCP connection and a UDP? And I was like, please. That's basics. That's baby stuff. I know at least that much. You know, where we're talking about like how would you interact with multiple servers that require certificates, but you don't have like the correct certificate, but you need to deploy to all of them, right? How would you I guess design a system to automatically update them? So there's a few options actually, right? So if you don't have certificates, the proper certificate, you cannot make a request to a server because it'll be rejected. So you would need to have some other type of script, probably what I would do in that situation, right? If you need to hit a bunch of servers, but those servers are actually checking your certs at the same time, is that you would just need those certs to I guess, manually pull some middleman endpoints to update themselves. But there's probably a better way. Anyways, that was one of like the first questions. Most of the time when I'm doing interviews or when I'm being see this is, oh, you know what, it's probably this, right? X. Start receiver, receive thread, boom, perform reception. It's probably this part. Yeah. Most of the time when I'm doing interviews, they're asking me like really BS questions like, oh, how would you invert a binary tree? And I was like, man, I don't know, man. I didn't study computer science in school. I know nothing about this kind of stuff. Why isn't this working? But, you know, sometimes they ask you like really, really simple questions. It's like, man, like I should be insulted, but I'm also like happy that you, for whatever reason, just lowballed me on the question. So now I can just absolutely destroy you. Yeah. Well, that, you know, that's also why I work on open source software. That's why I'm working on this piece of software, right? Is that should I ever fail at you know, any sort of interview question, I can just be like, hey, check out my GitHub. Did you check out my GitHub? Check it out. You know, this is what I got. Look at this, nearly 130 stars. Will someone who doesn't know what they're doing be able to do this? Yes, but I do know what I'm doing. I Google how to reverse a binary tree. Well, see, I think what for a lot of these questions, right? They're asking you, like, even if you don't know. Well, sometimes it depends on who you're talking to. I'm not going to get really racist in here, so I'm going to stop talking about interviewer types. But, man, that's not working, huh? You can kind of tell sometimes, like, is this interviewer like someone who really values book knowledge, or is this interviewer someone who really values like being able to solve a problem? So usually when people ask you, can you invert a binary tree, they're either a memer, because that's like that's a very common thing to ask that everyone hates doing, or there's someone who does not understand sarcasm and has actually asked you how to invert a binary tree seriously. Or there's someone who really values just being like a dictionary, right? But I'm not really that kind of person. I can barely remember what I had for lunch, which is fair in this case because I did not eat lunch. I did eat an entire tube of Pringles, which I suppose may or may not count as lunch. Why isn't this working though? So I'm hitting help here. Start receiver hits me with this. Oh, you know what? Is it because the thread? I changed this previously. So we do thread equals new. So we don't want to create a new thread every single time, but we do want to, well, pretty much we just want to do this, right? We don't want to check to see if the thread is available or is actually there. We don't care, right? That probably doesn't make a difference. On start tracker, bum, if not is listening, start receiver. So we are hitting this part because I can see this log message here, help. Huh. Broadcast start tracker, and then also the tracker label changes as well. I remember seeing this. Is it because of this native script is not hooked up properly? I'd be really mad if it's not. No, it's there. It's there, right? So we go to Rust, target, release, VSS DLL. That should be okay. I'd be mad if that was the solution, but GD native stuff is a little finicky sometimes. So you can see here that we have help as the log message as expected, but we're not printing out anything. And it's also more or less impossible to set a debug point since I'm starting this on a thread as well. I could probably stop doing this on a thread and then just having like a different process function. Oh, you know what? Probably is that, right? Mouse position. Where is mouse position? Get data. Get data is data. When do I set the mouse position? GD native supports Rust? Yeah, GD native supports anything that has, I guess, a binding, right? So I've done a few GD native steps. If you go to my GitHub profile, I've done, I think I was one of the, I'm pretty sure I'm still the only open source project that has done Pong and Rust, and also did not use any of the macros as well. So look at this, doesn't use any macros except for the methods macro, but we'll ignore that. This part is the more difficult part. So if you want to, I guess, set class name, do some register property stuff, do some like custom types like that, you would usually use a macro according to the docs, but I chose not to. And here we are. Anyways, that's one of my other repos. 43 stars? Oh, not quite at 130 stars on OpenCVHGD. But yeah, so GD native supports C++, C, Rust. I know that there's a, there's like a GD native list. Godot Lang supports Godot. So there's C#, which is technically maybe not GD native, but maybe. There is JavaScript Lua, which I have also done before with OpenGL. What do you mean with OpenGL? What do you mean with OpenGL? I don't know what that means. What do you mean with open? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. So Godot, the Godot renderer in Godot 3 is OpenGL only. I think if you were to open up a different graphics context in your Rust library, I think that could work. I haven't tried it. I did have the idea before though. I was like, what if in my GD native library I just opened up another window? I think I feel like that might work, but I'm not sure. 7R Pong game. It's your Pong game. Well, so let's continue to get really distracted, because it turns out I just enjoy talking more than I enjoy programming right now. So this Pong game, well, it basically just uses Godot as the renderer, right? So Godot is the renderer, everything else is done via Rust. So you can see here in entities, well, there's the ball spawner. So we're using a few Godot stuff to, as helpers. So there's ball. Ball is just a GD native script attached to a Godot text scene. So text scene is really just used for positioning the sprites and all that, and the collision. Paddle is the same way. So we can even open up the text scene file. So we see that we load in a GD native script, and there's a sprite, and it has a collision shape as well. So there's the kinematic body 2D. And then there's only one GD script thing here, which is game GD if input is action just pressed, and then we just reset the entire scene. So this uses Godot's render. So Godot's render in Godot 3 is only OpenGL. So you can have OpenGL 3 or OpenGL 2. Yeah, I mean, here's the source. If you want to like grab it and build it for yourself, it should just work. Yeah. Yeah. There's also a write-up. There's a shell script that I can't actually include because this thing does not have a license. But yeah, here's also a list of all the GD native targets. There's actually a lot of GD native targets as well, right? So Lua, I've done that. as well. Let me see if I can find it. So there's a... Let me see. What are my repositories? This is look through all my repositories really quick. Fennel, Pong. This isn't actually Fennel just yet, but this is done via Lua JIT. And so this doesn't even require any compiling, right? This is just Lua. And so you can kind of see here, this is Pong, written in Lua. And what's really cool about the Lua JIT GD native binding is that it also includes like an editor thing, so you don't need to have an external editor. The unfortunate part is that Lua does not usually use tabs as its, I guess, tabulator. Or I guess it does, but it doesn't use Python style tabs, so 4 spaces. I think Lua only uses 2 spaces, but this is Pong made in Lua JIT. Running in Godot, using Godot as the renderer, which is really neat because Lua JIT is pretty much almost as fast as C#, according to some naive metrics, shall we say? Yeah. Rust is pretty good. There is a chat member who sometimes pops in, so they do a lot of Nim as well. So the Nim one is pretty good, from what I could tell. They made a kind of Minecraft style game with their own language in it, which is cool. Closure, I've seen that before. D, I've seen that before in Haskell. Yeah. I am somewhat waiting on the Godot, the Golang one to come here. Python, I think the Python one is somewhat popular as well. So Godot is not, GDScript is not Python. They're different things, but there is a Python binding. I have seen on Reddit that people have just linked up like machine learning libraries to Godot, so that's pretty neat. Yeah. So there's a lot of bindings. Like if you want to do it, you could do it. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but you totally could. Like there's a Godot game called The Process. Godot. I think it's called The Process. Game. I don't know. I've seen it on Twitter before, but they're doing their like UI via ImGUI, Immediate GUI, GUI. So that's a C++ library, but they've hooked it up to Rust, and then it renders just into Godot somehow, which is really cool, right? So like I think they're also using a Rust ECS for a lot of their kind of entity interactions. So where an ECS is an entity component system, where entities are just integers, components are just data, and then systems are just logic. So it's not super common for a lot of modern game engines to implement ECS. Unity does not use an ECS out of the box. You have to opt into using it. So Unity is just entity component. Godot is also more or less entity component. It's not entity component system, but you could. And I know for Godot 4 there is, I guess, a fork of Godot 4 that is implementing an ECS inside of it as well. Yeah. Let me think. Mouse position. Mouse position. What do I use mouse position for? Mouse position. I think something's wrong with this. I think something's wrong with it. Data, mouse position, perform reception. You know what? Is it this stuff here? Is this... Actually, I had this commented out for some reason. I'm trying to remember what the reason was. Should I just comment out both of these? And then we do is listening, true, blah, blah. Stop reception, false. Hey. So we don't even want to use start receiver. We don't need to run this on a thread. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to run this on a thread. But if we do get data, well, there's something here that I need to do. I mean, what is it? Yeah, you know what? I could just grab all of this. So, grab this, slap it in here, uncomment, and then go back. So if is listening, then we'll do all of this stuff, right? Possibly. Maybe. I think that's okay, and then this doesn't even use a thread, which is fine with me. So we go into tracking, start tracking. Invalid set index mouse position on base nil with value of type vector 2. So, if is listening, so where is data set? So data really just needs to be updated every single time. So we'll just, data is just a reference. So we'll do boom boom. What did I call it? Mouse tracker data, new. Yeah. So we never reset it. Why are your eyes closed? Oh geez. All right, so now we are kind of working. Look at that. Whee, whee. So it is responding to my mouse movement. Seems a bit sus. Yeah, probably your head is not supposed to do that, but I mean, if you want to, I can't stop you. And then also we can then also track other things as well. So stomach, wee, wee. Isn't this is like an anime thing, right? One of those. Yeah, okay, cool. So that kind of works, and then we can stop the tracker. So it stops updating every frame. And also, because we don't want to update every frame, if it's not running, we'll do that. Yeah. Alright, so I think one of something I'm doing here is incorrect. One of these transformations based on your mouse position. So, you know what? I'll think about it more. After I use the bathroom, I gotta go. BRB. Hello, I'm back. Baby, come back. Alright, so this is gonna require some math. So let's break out paint, because I'm bad at I'm bad at anything that involves like mathematics. So this is our, oh man, how is he so good? So this is our I guess draw area, right? So this is your Y, this is your, wait, yeah, that's your X. So this is Y, and this is X. Phenomenal. How does he come up with this kind of thing? And then, so that's your mouse position on screen. So, because I don't censor your mouse, right? Actually, am I censoring my mouse? How does this work? He asks, knowing that only he knows how his code works. Get mouse position. So mouse state, device get mouse. Then I return a new vector to mouse state coordinates, first part of the tuple as a float, 32-bit float, and then the second part of the coordinates. So that's a tuple. Chords is a tuple, an I32 as a float 32, because you cannot construct a vector 2. I breathed in and then like tried to swallow at the same time. Apologies. Oh man, my neck hurts. Like I was going through like orientation at the new job. I've just been looking to my left this entire day, so whenever I kind of like look to the right, I feel like my neck kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think this gives me like actual screen position, counting from this part here, maybe. I don't know. You know what? Instead of guessing, let's just print out my mouse position. So we'll just hit it with a print mouse position. Hooray! And then we'll continue to see where we're at. So boom, boom, boom. This should be near 0. What happens if I go here? Oh, we actually go into negatives. Look at that. So I have a monitor above my my current monitor, and I also technically have another monitor below my current monitor, because that's my graphics tablet. And then we have yet another monitor. I thought I was only gonna have 3 monitors, but here we are. So able to go to 0. So this corner should be 0, 0. Yeah. So that's where we draw from. Why are my eyes closed, by the way? Print mouse position. Don't need that. So going back to here, this is actually how it's laid out, right? So this is 0, 0. So let's draw 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And then this is our model, right? So this is our duck. Give it a happy face, right? So our model is in the middle here. So what we want to do is when your mouse is like safe here, we want your model to be looking at this point. So you want the model to look to the model's right, or I guess stage left, right? So you want the model to look this way. Rotate up, or rotate to its right. Right? When your mouse is in the middle of the screen, you want the model to be looking straight at the camera. And when the mouse is here, you want the model to look down, right? Something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what I need to define is just like a big circle all around the model. Yeah, I need to define basically like a circle around, yeah. Yeah, a circle of, I'm thinking. Yeah, I guess like a miniature circle around the maybe like a really big circle around the model. Maybe not a miniature circle, right? Because if the circle is too small and the model is too big, that could cause the model to kind of look in on itself. So if your model is like a really big face, then it would almost never, you know, I guess if your model is big enough to overlay these points, it would not actually look down. It would kind of like rotate around and try to look inside of itself. I think that's possible. Huh. Let me think. So what am I doing here? So we have our screen middle. Screen middle is defined as our OS get screen size distance. Do I need distance too? So our distance to the mouse position. I think I just need to define a circle, don't I? And then I can have like actual mouse tracking working. He's thinking. He's using maybe only 20% of his brain power. That's more than the 10%. Haha. No. Brain is not firing on all cylinders. I feel like this is really easy. Brain is starting to fail me here. Did make one change, which is changing how the type is kind of defined here, but it's a bit tough. It's a bit tough. How do I define a circle? How do I dynamically define like a really big circle? Right, so this is what it should look like, is that we have just like a big invisible sphere, something like that, and it would go behind, then back around, and that's your I guess control plane, as we'll say. So the circle is as big as your entire screen, maybe. Hold on. That's not how circles work. Hold on, that's not how circles work. Wait, that's not a circle, that's an oval. Alright, so it's gonna be an oval. No, that's still fine. I need to define. This is the distance from the screen middle to the mouse position. Yes. Screen middle, that's fine. So the screen middle point is here, right? And then if we're getting the position, so let's change color. So this is your screen middle, right? In the very middle. And we're currently getting the distance to. What do I do with that distance to? I take that vector. Screen middle is a vector 2, and then I need to take that vector 2 and then turn it into a vector 3. Oh no. I'm thinking, how do I turn a vector 2 into a vector 3 and then rotate it? I think I would probably want, so in a 3D space, right? 3D space. How does Godot work? So in 3D space, you have boom, boom, boom. So this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, and then this is your z-axis, right? So given that I have a vector 2, vector 2 only exists on your x and y. So this is your vector 2 axes. Yes. So how do I transform that into a vector 3 and then rotate it to points at, I guess, an arbitrary space? Like basically I need the vector to I need my 2D vector to be translated to 3D space. But only like a certain portion of 3D space. See, this is where my lack of formal training is starting to bite me. So I can make this a hold on, wait a minute. So this is your 3D vector. If I just rotate, if I take the 2D vector, which is just x and y components, and then I can imagine that we take the y vector, right? We take the y vector and then just kind of flatten it to the z. then I'll be facing forward, right? And then I can then rotate it around the y-axis. No, wait, no, that's dumb. Wait, no. Huh? Does that make sense? No. Because there's a, I take the y vector, translate it down to z, and then no. Yes. No. Yes? I don't need to translate it. I could just keep it as the y vector, right? And so then I would have a vector that spans from, I guess, going straight up to going like that, right? So it can either be straight up, straight left, straight right, or somewhere in between. If I keep it like this, and then all that's needed is for me to rotate around the x-axis. Which means I need to just rotate around the x-axis by pi over 2. Is this correct? Is that correct? Yes. Maybe. Yes. No. Yes. So this is your screen middle. So this is your screen middle vector, which is what we're kind of zeroing out to. So the difference, what is your difference? Your difference is the screen middle, or the mouse position minus your screen middle. I've been sipping on a little bit of soju, which is probably not a very normal drink to be sipping on. It is lychee flavored though, so it's pretty good. Lychee is probably the top, that's in like a top 3 fruits, to be honest. Lychee, top 3. Mangoes, top 3. And then depending on the mood, probably put durian in top 3. Once you get used to the smell of durian, durian is pretty good. It does smell horrible until you're used to it though. Or it doesn't smell horrible, but it's like a very overpowering stench. Yeah, this distance doesn't make too much sense. I don't need this distance. Luck lychee. What's luck? Luck lychee? Mango for sure. Mangoes are pretty good. Mango, pretty good. Pretty good. Lychees. Oh, love lychee. Durian though. I think durian, once you get used to it, like lychee and mango, those are like, those are very sweet fruits, right? But I think durian is more of like it's a savory fruit. Very savory fruit. And I think unfortunately a lot of fruits are not considered savory, right? So if you're talking about like fruits that you usually find in Western nations, right? So apples, pears, what other fruits are there? Pickled mango? I've never had a pickled mango. I guess I'd try it. Doesn't sound very good, but I've been wrong before. Jackfruit and thought it was durian. Jackfruit's okay. Jackfruit's pretty sweet. Jackfruit though has like a weird like coating on it, right? So like if you eat a lot of jackfruit, then it feels like your tongue is like filled with rubber. I hate that feeling. So like I'll have like a piece of jackfruit if you have any jackfruit. But if you're like, hey, do you want to like eat an entire jackfruit? I'm like, nah, I'll take a bite. Jackfruit is sweet though. Jackfruit, sweet. Durian, not sweet. Durian tastes like chocolate, depending on how good the durian you got. I think if you have a bad durian, or depending on also like what kind of durian you have, right? So you have like I think there's like the variant, it's some sort of king. It's like Mount something, Shan King. I have like a durian product from Malaysia, but I'm not gonna walk off and just look at the name. It does taste pretty good though. It's like Mount Sang King. Mount Sang King, which is like the Hokkien pronunciation. Or maybe that's just Cantonese. We take out difference. I don't need this. We don't need the vector as well. Actually, that's your rotation. So the difference from your mouse position minus your screen middle. So if your mouse position is here, so this is 0, 0, minus your screen middle will give you the actual position of your mouse. Yes. So we only want the difference, sure. And then given your difference, we'll hit it with a var. Have you ever had starfruit, by the way? Starfruit? No, not starfruit. Dragon fruit. What is starfruit? I feel like I've had starfruit as well. But dragon fruit is pretty good. Dragon fruit, very sour, very tart. It's closer to like a lime or lemon in how you would... Well, I guess you wouldn't want to bite into a lemon, but if you had dragon fruit, it's pretty good. You know, it has little seeds. Very nice. It also looks like super sick. You know, it's like a hot pink color with like scales. One of the cooler looking fruits, aside from durian, which is just like a big spiky ball. So what do I want this to be? This needs to be... This is your difference in X, difference in Y. And then your Z is still not yet known, right? And then you'll want to do vector is equal to vector. Can't you do like rotated? Rotate. Do you have a rotate? Rotated. So you'll need the axis. So I want to rotate around the, what did I say? So this is your mouse position, right? Or this is your regular vector position, and then we'll want to, this is what we have. We have your Y component, your X component, and we want to rotate it around the X axis. Right? My brain is breaking. Had jackfruit. Kiwi's pretty good. Kiwi's okay. Kiwi is just like a weird lemon. Or a weird lime. Rotated around vector 3. Right. I think diff X. Right, so if you're... Wait, no. Wait, yes. Wait, no. So if you're... I'm bad at this kind of stuff, man. I'm trying to visualize it, but this is hard. Yeah, durian though, if you never had a durian, you should definitely try it. Sorry. I usually try to mute my mic. Is this... So 0, 0. Rotate around the x-axis. No, we want to rotate around the x-axis by your y value. Adjusted for your difference in y. Yes. Right? So this is what we have. We're zeroed out. But now our difference in y means that we have now kind of, I guess, rebalanced ourselves on this axis. So this is our midpoint. Right? So this is what we have. Wait. No, wait. No, because we're facing straight up, so we want to rotate by the screen middle, right? Screen middle. So then now we're facing forward, right? Unfortunately, this model does not have like eyebrow detection. I don't think any VRM models, unless you run it through an external converter program, has eyebrow detection. But if you could see my eyebrows right now, they were very angry. I unfortunately have RBF, as it's known. So pretty much any expression I make that isn't laughter, it just looks like I'm angry. So I've trained myself to have a neutral expression, but my neutral expression also just kind of looks this kind of angry as well. My thinking face, angry. Confused face, angry. My angry face, also angry. My laughing face looks like I'm laughing. Probably not good for the folds on my forehead though. So is that correct? So we want to we've censored it. So the pink is the screen middle. Right now we're facing up. So we'll want to get out of here. Screen middle, rotate by that amount this way. And then the X value should take care of itself. Probably. I don't know, let's send it. I don't know. That sounds right to me. All right, duck face, eyes closed. Oh no. All right, so let's turn off tracking. So, I don't know about this. I think I need to reverse. Yeah. So the X and Y values need to be reversed, I think. Possibly? Is this correct? I don't know. So start the tracker. So boom, 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 boom. So that's roughly screen middle, right? So we need to pass in negative X, and then I think we're also just rotating too strongly. Is this my, yeah, this is roughly my screen middle. So Y is correct. Yes, this is mostly correct. We'll want to make X negative, so we reverse it, I think. So start the tracker. I think he's starting to do it. He's starting to do it, but then we rotate too far around. So we can look up, we can look down, up, down, left, right. That's okay. Look at that. So now what I'm doing is we are currently mouse logging myself. The amount at which the model is rotating is a bit too much. But I think for this is okay. Look at that. That's okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to see considering that my mouse is I kind of have like the stream overlay effect going on, which kind of pixelates my mouse whenever I move it too much. That's okay though. Look at that. And then I just need like some way to control the expression. Look at that. So I just need to dampen this value by like a lot. So how do I do that? So the rotation amount needs to be this. So we do one of these. I did that wrong. I pressed the wrong button. So normalized, then multiplied by 2 pi, right? So 2 times pi. Yes. So now that we're doing everything on a unit circle. Yes. He's starting to believe. maybe not. Why do we like flip sometimes? All right, so this is less correct now. So we can look left, we can look right. We can look up, we can look down. I think we've rotated too much. We rotated too much. What is the value I'm getting from this? So we're no longer looking. We're no longer looking at the center. I think we're looking defaulting to like below the duck, right? So we're defaulting to looking in the negative y direction, right? So what we want to do is rotate by pi over 2 around the x-axis once, maybe, possibly. So we'll do vec is vec rotated vector 3, once again, right, negative pi over 2, maybe. I'm just guessing. No. Is it positive pi over 2? Maybe it's trying to look behind itself? No, that's still mostly wrong, I think. I don't know, man. Looking at this diagram, which I'm thinking, what if I just take out all of this, right? So I don't even rotate it. What does this give me? So we have our tracking, mouse tracking. So that more or less makes sense, I think. So our x value needs to be rotated in the other direction. So our x is wrong. I think our y needs to be multiplied by pi over 2. In one, so yeah, see, our x is correct. Our y is very, very wrong. Maybe we just multiply by pi? Right, because the rotation takes place on a unit circle, right? So unit circles have a circumference of pi, 2 pi. Maybe I just needed to multiply by pi. Go to tracking, start tracking. So whenever I go over the midpoints, right? Whenever I go over the midpoints, we kind of break ourselves. So maybe it should be like 2 pi minus difference y. So like our difference x, that looks correct, right? And then I just need to, I guess, modify it by like a not a modulo. Maybe it is a modulo. I just need to fit it within your screen bounds. But something about this. So I know that this is flipping over. Why is this flipping over? Hold on, let's print out the vector actually. This is really close. This is really close. I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, so this should not be. This should not be that high. So I think the x is okay. I think the x is okay. I think, maybe, possibly. Maybe I should do it before. Maybe I should multiply by 2. No. Normalize gives you a unit vector. Then you need to multiply by 2 pi so that you get... Do I need to multiply by 2 pi? Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm not sure anymore. Do I need to multiply this by 2 pi? Also, did my music stop? No, my music is just on a quiet track. Bring it back. Whee. So we're able to flip a few times. So you know what? I'm looking at this. So the Y value should never go negative, I think. So if we're looking, so this is our Y value, right? Or our X value. Wait, no. Wait. Yes. No. Our Y value looks wrong. I think our X value is correct. I think our X value is correct. I'm so confused. I'm looking at these numbers, right? So if we go top left, we have -10, -5. Top right, we have -10, +5. So it's our Y. No. It's whenever our X value goes from negative to positive, right? Currently just slapping my cheeks because I know this is simple. I just can't think of it right now. What am I doing wrong? Am I multiplying the wrong thing by pi? Does this need to be negative pi? No, right? That can't be it. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. But if we don't do this, what happens? What do we have? So we have, this is, looking left and right is still correct. Right, looking left and right is still correct. Does it need to be like 2 pi minus difference in y? Is it 2 times pi minus difference in y? Is that it? That might be it. Oh my god, it is it. I don't really understand, but I'm all for it. All right, cool. So it's 2 pi plus the difference in y, I guess. So we flip it around. Is that what I'm doing? It looks okay. Eyes are closed. I don't really know what's going on with the closed eyes. Did something change with the duck model? I know that this was something that I was kind of messing with before. Yeah, okay, let's get rid of, let's clear the directory. So go to VSS, export, and then we can just kind of delete the config files. All right, so we'll drag you down. Why are your eyes just defaulting to closed? That's not correct. That's not right. So hold on, is it something in your script? So, is this your animation player default to, just go to default, right? That's your default? Yeah. Current animation, play idle, or play default. And then it should not be blinking, so nothing should be, is blinking, mouse tracker. Is blinking, it should be false, right? That's why, it's because is blinking is returning, wait. Where do I get is blinking from? Is blinking. No, hold on. Is blinking. Not is blinking. Oh, left eye open a mount. So the mouse tracker, left eye open a, oh, it's because it's, I'm setting this, so it should just send 100 every single time, right? One of these, and then now all I need to do is come up with a good default value for whatever this is, right? So tracking, mouse tracker, we'll do, I need the camera distance from the model, and that'll be your, I guess, your sphere. For now, wait, hold on, wait, this doesn't seem right. So this is your difference between vectors, normalized, so it's 1. And then I'm spinning it around by 2 pi? That doesn't do anything, right? Doesn't that just give me like a really weird value? This is all I need, isn't it? Wait, but no, but then I'm just adding 2 pi to it, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah, okay. Turns out I'm stupid. Okay, cool. Multiply by, I don't know, multiply by 10. I don't care. Multiply me by 10. So what does this give me? Oh. Whee. So there's some value where this causes it to flip. Why do you flip sometimes? Dude, that doesn't seem right. What is going on? So there's a few points where we're flipping over. That doesn't seem right. Is it this 2 pi thing that's now messing me up? I don't know. Like 2 pi is just a full rotation of a circle, right? No. So left and right looks correct. I'm losing my mind. Why doesn't this make sense? Left and right is easy, but we appear to be looking like down. And then we kind of like look too far down. Is this just multiply by pi? Or plus pi? Is that it? I'm just guessing. I don't know. This math stuff is... No, it's plus 2 pi. Yeah, it's plus 2 pi, right? Plus pi times 2 pi, basically. Because I need to shift the screen. So right now, what we're doing is this is the midpoint is defined as the middle, right? But I need to shift the middle up to be, I guess, over it. So there's like it's not even to this point. That would just be by pi over 2, maybe. No, that's pi over 4. Huh? But 2 pi will work, I think? Where am I? Bring me back to the editor. I'm at pi over 2. Start the tracker. No, that's very incorrect now. Well, now... What? What? Huh? Pi over 10 is... Alright, so this is wrong. Alright, what does this give me, dude? I'm losing my mind. This is fine. So whenever we cross over the midpoint, it's giving me a wrong value, which is fair enough. I thought multiplying by 2 pi would give me something... Or not yeah, multiplying by 2. So this is 2 times pi. Right? Is this correct? Multiply by 2 pi. And then we add brackets just because I want to make sure. Yeah, that's... Didn't I do this before? Was it the order of operations that was breaking? No. Huh? Huh? What? 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 Oh, it's over this point here at the very top. And then presumably also down. No? What? So it's this invisible line here that is breaking on. Otherwise, we're shifting by very minute amounts. So the Y value, that's correct. But the X value, well, X value is still your Y value, right? Let's show it again. Yeah. I'm doing something wrong. If I multiply by 2 pi, that doesn't do anything. Just by pi. Maybe. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out. Yeah. So there's an invisible line right about here where we flip over. So I think that there's one of my, I think one of my initial values must be wrong, right? Oh, it is. It's this one. Times 2 times pi. Because that's normalized. This is not normalized. That's why it wasn't working as expected. Okay, so that's more as expected. So the position is incorrect. So you can see here that we now need to flip it by a bit more. So what if we just flip it by just pi, right? Multiply this by pi. Still more or less correct, but the flipping is still there. So we need to rotate one of them by... We need to rotate the x... It's the x-axis, right? By just pi? No, pi over 4. Pi over 4? Yeah, pi over 4. So that looks good. That looks bad. Is it you? Is it you, pi over 4? Or was this value actually modifying? No. Also, that's pi times 4. So that's wrong. Pi over 4, but I think times pi, that's okay. Rotate a bit more. This needs to be multiplied by pi over just pi over 4, maybe. Order of operations doesn't matter because of the transitive properties. No, it doesn't need to be multiplied. It needs to be added by pi over 4. So we'll do plus pi over 4. Maybe it's minus pi over 4. We need to, I think we need to multiply it by... So this looks correct. I think pi over 2 is the correct call, or just pi is the correct call. But this part is kind of throwing me for a loop. Is it just pi? Now it's up here, so it's just pi over 2, so I need to... Is it really? No, it's just 2 pi, right? Is it really just 2 pi? I can't... That doesn't make sense to me. But I'm also very bad at trigonometry. I guess it's okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very confused as to why this works, but I guess that's okay. Yeah, look at that. I just kind of threw in random numbers, and now we have something that kind of works. Look at that. Look at that. I guess we also need to multiply it by this pi value as well, so we have the same structure. So we adjust it by a certain amount, but then also multiply it. So now we kind of bias to looking down. Maybe. Hold on. Oh, okay. It's the order of operations that are now messing up. So we go here. So do this operation first. So 2 pi plus our difference in y, then times pi. So to put us at the same strength as looking up and down. Yeah, look at that. And then if we make it a bit stronger, right? So this is like times 2 times pi, and then also make this 2 times pi. Nope, wrong order. One of these. I think we might have just mouse tracking working, right? I feel like this isn't expected. You can look into your own chest. So it's not able to go straight up. It can go left and right. So there's something wrong with this equation here. So this thing here is slightly wrong, but I'm not sure what is wrong. So difference in x, and then difference in y. I think this value here, but the second 2 pi is wrong. I think the x value is okay, but I think the y value... What if we did like a minus pi over 4? Pi, like a pi over 4? Pi over 2? Maybe? No. Minus pi over 2? Or pi times 2? Don't do this. I think that was it. I was just kind of guessing, honestly. That looks... Yeah, so it does a full rotation. Well, that's fine, I guess. Because now the value is correct. Maybe if I just do like a pi... Why does it do a full rotation? Or maybe this minus pi over 2. What? Why is this correct? I'm looking at the values on the bottom. I'm looking at the values at the bottom. I've only been changing the x value, and that's also what I'm printing out. So this goes from negative to negative. But that's the difference in y. So this is correct. I don't understand why it's correct though. Like the y value here, that's correct, right? Because we're going from negative 30 to positive 30. But this goes from negative 20 to 0 to negative 20. Huh? What? Did I normalize the vector wrong? It should be normalized to just 2 pi, right? I mean, it works, right? I mean, it works, but there's something very wrong with this. Right, so we do a full flip, which is not good. I'm losing my mind. So this goes from 0 to negative 78, right? 0 to negative 20? Huh? Like something here is wrong. Something here is wrong. I don't know what though. I need someone who's better at circles to tell me. What? Like it works, but I'm not sure. Like this X value is wrong. So let's add it to do. Something is wrong with the X component in the below, in the vector 3 below. But I'm not sure what. And it works. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's like the code works, but I'm not sure why it works. And also, we can load in, let me see, let's load in the anime model that I'm currently using right now. It's not my model, by the way, just in case. I didn't make this, but it does work. Oh no, get that off the screen. Currently smiling as well, so that's cool. Angry, oh, the eyes are just closed for whatever reason. Oh, geez. Oh, God. Hold on. Oh, God. Alright. Send me back to the presets. Load this in. Should it be XY0? Did I put XY0 in? Or is that not what I put? Should it be XY0? No. Because if you flip it around, then your X components becomes your... It starts tracking on the wrong axes. Probably. Not YX0. So I want to say it's because of how things are translated. Like it looks wrong to do YX0, but how the translations actually work is a bit... Oh, you know what? It's probably because of this part here, huh? I don't know. It's possibly because at the very base, this is also backwards, I'm thinking. So because I did this backwards, I also need to do everything backwards as well. It's possible, I don't know. This is one of those things where it's like I wrote this so early on, and I also like don't remember how it works, so we're just not changing it. It's possible that it... Like, normally you would be right, but I think this is... I'm looking at this now with fresh eyes, and I'm thinking that this is wrong. Your X rotation should be around your up axis. Your Y rotation should be around your... Actually, all these rotations are wrong. Now I'm thinking about it. No, this is correct. Yeah. Right? You rotate your X... Normally, you would rotate your X rotation around your... Hold on. Bring out this again. So your X needs to be around your... Your X component needs to be rotated around your... No, your X component is rotated around... No, your X component is rotated around your right axis. Your Y component is rotated around your up axis. And then your Z component is rotated around your back axis because I have the camera in a different place. No, this is right. this is also correct. Like if I do it the other way around, I can demonstrate that this doesn't work. If we flip it. So if we do like diff x times 2 times pi, and then diff y, I don't even know, like probably the same amount times 2 times pi 0. If we do that, I think that'll still be wrong. I spelled diff wrong. So let's load in the duck. So I'm pretty sure if I do this, this will actually be inverted. Yeah, so you can see here when I go up and down, it actually moves it left and right. That's why we need to invert it. Because of how, I guess the rotations work, right? So, you probs? I probs? I probs what? What did I probably do? Right? Because I think the hard part is deciding what to do about these, right? So, given... Hold on, wait a minute. What if I just manually set a z value? Now I'm thinking about that. What if I just manually set a z value? But also, going back to this, given an x factor, what am I supposed to rotate this around? You probably right, yeah. Given a y factor, what am I supposed to rotate it around? And given a z factor, what am I supposed to rotate it around? So that's the hard part. Which is why I need to rotate it the other way around. But now I'm thinking about it. What if I just do this? No, not that. What if I whoops. Oh, geez. So what if I do... What if I think one of the problems is that there's no z components, right? So what if I just do 2 pi? What does this give me? I think there's something wrong with where the model is looking, yeah. Yeah, you know what? It was probably because it was missing a z component. Maybe. Something about, after you typed it out, XY0, I was like, wait a minute. That's what I have, but that doesn't feel right. What if it's because I'm just missing a z component? That might be it. Because actually, like, I know that the current face tracker that I'm using is also giving me a z component. So if I'm just missing a z component right now, then that's why I'm not getting the expected results. That might be it. We still need to rotate around the y-axis. So let's bring this back. Give me that. So we need to rotate it so we kind of push our upper bounds from the midpoint of the screen up to the top of the screen, right? No, still wrong. Now we're just too far down. And also the z component is kind of freaking out. So the z component is constant. I feel like this should be, when we go all the way up here, this should be 2 pi. This should be 0. Well, I guess these are all kind of zeroed out, right? No, I'm confused. Your last edit looked good. Well, the last edit still resulted in flipping, right? So we don't want any flipping. The problem is that sometimes the model will flip, which is incorrect. So if we do this, right, we do tracking, start tracking, we still flip over the, once we cross the x-axis. Once we cross the x-axis, aka our y value goes from negative to positive. Or I guess this is negative to positive. That's wrong. And then also this is the midpoint, roughly. So this one of these values needs to be inverted. The one before that. Well, yeah, the original one, right? So we do this one and this. This looks pretty good, but I think there's still something wrong because it forces a kind of a raw. Well, the value is just wrong, right? You can kind of see here. If you, I'm not sure how visible the output is, but the X value is very, very wrong because it's always negative. Actually, if it's always negative, right? This is minus pi over 2. What's pi over 2? 3. Pi over 2 is unit circle 0. Pi over 2. Pi. Wait. What's what's at 6 o'clock on a unit circle? Pi. Pi plus pi over 2. Pi plus pi over 2 is very bad at this. Pi plus pi over 2 is equal to 4 pi over 4 pi plus 2 pi over 4. Wait. What am I doing? No, that's not even how you do it. That's not how math works. It's 4 pi over 4 plus 2 pi over 4. Because we multiply 2, 2. So then that gives me 6 pi over 4. Right? 6 pi over 4. Simplified to 3 pi over 2. I knew that. Wait, I'm stupid. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. 2, that's 3 pi over 2. So times 3 divided by 2. And then this is plus by pi. Right? Well, I think this will cause it to flip. No. Yes. I'm confused. Pi over 2. Isn't this how a unit circle works? So a unit circle is right? Is a circle. And that's because Godot works in radians for a lot of it, right? So this is 0. This is pi over 2. This is pi. This is pi over 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2. And then this is also 2 pi. Right? And you can think of this as being 2 pi over 2. 2 pi over 2. So the fact that I needed to rotate this around pi over, I needed to minus pi over 2, right? Means I needed to walk in this direction because that's minus pi over 2. But now that I'm plussing 3 pi over 2, yeah, which means we just go in this direction instead. Huh. There's a difference, right? Because one of these causes me to go backwards, which I don't want, which is what this was, right? So we do pi over 2, minus pi over 2. We'll start the face tracker once again. Look at this. So we do a flip, which I don't think is correct. But this looks pretty good. But it's just the X output that looks really wrong. Like, that doesn't feel right. Something doesn't seem right about this. And also the fact that whenever I load in a new model, right? So if I load in the anime model, Start the tracker. Wait, is it just because the anime model is... Is it because the offsets are wrong? So anime model, load the preset. Don't break your neck. Set the model as default. Add a full circle? Well, if I add a full circle, then what happens? If you just add a full circle, right? Doesn't it just go in a big circle and then you're back where you started? Isn't that how that works? If you add a full circle, that's basically like a no operation, right? Nothing happens. You're then back where you started. Right? So you never want to add just 2 pi. You want to add pi over 2, pi, or 3 pi over 2. Or something in between, right? Yo, what's pop? Oh, hello, hello. This is what's poppin'. Also, this might not work. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But let me load in something that will work. So load the preset. Reset the transform. Reset your pose as well. All right, so you're just kind of broken. That's okay. So this is what I'm working on. So the current application called OpenCFaceGD is an actual face tracker that works for anime models. Look at that, we have a lewd face as well. This is the next generation of it, which is, supports more than just the OpenCFace tracker. So right now what I'm building out is mouse tracking. So it's like a keylogger, it's a mouse logger. So even if you don't have this, I guess, as the main view. So usually whenever you click off of an application, right, it loses the ability to track your mouse. But right now, I have this hooked into the Windows API via Rust. So you don't even need to have the application in view. So you can use this for doing, I guess, VTuber stuff, right? So you don't even need to feed in face data. Oh, actually, now I'm looking at this. This is also wrong because we're not able to look straight at the camera. So I do need to add a Z component. So we're able to look in a circle, but when you try to look in the exact middle of the screen, it kind of freaks out. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. The hard part is something about this is wrong. Something about my calculation. So this is also what I'm drawing out here, right? So with how this works, it has something to do with the rigging. No, the rigging is fine, right? Because I can demonstrate that here. So this is the anime model. I can switch back to the duck. I made the duck, so I know the duck works. So this is fine. Look at that. We can look down, look up. We can blink. Have all these other things. Rigging is fine. I know the rigging works. The rigging is 10 out of 10. There are some like slight adjustments I need to make for VRM models, but that's probably okay. Well, I think the reason why the mouse tracking didn't work for VRM models, so the VRM models are the anime models, right? So the reason why the mouse tracking didn't work for anime models is because this calculation is incorrect. But I'm very confused as to why it's not working, right? Because you can see here that I need to take the difference between, or the difference between the mouse middle. So the mouse position goes from the top left of my screen down and then to the right. Whereas I'm taking the difference from your mouse middle. So I'm trying to normalize your mouse position to be just from the middle of your screen. So your anime model will, or I guess your 3D model, right, will look at your mouse wherever it is on the screen, kind of. That's what I'm trying to do. So to get the duck to look at your mouse, I need to minus pi over 2, or no, 2 pi. But that's actually slightly wrong, right? So if we look here, we'll load this back in. It loads the anime model first, but I can switch it back. So we go to duck, load preset. set this as the default, and then if we set the tracker, you can see that the duck actually rotates its head all the way around once. So the idea is that instead of going, I guess, you know, minus 2 pi, or wait a minute, this is minus 2 pi? That was minus 2 pi. It wasn't minus pi over 2, it was minus 2 pi. This is why I wasn't very good at math. That's why I wasn't very good at math. I was, I missed the division. Or I thought that there was a division sign, but it's actually multiplication. That's tough, man. I'm good at calculations. I'm good at variables. I'm just bad at actually substituting in the stuff. So offsetting it to the monitor center, maybe do it against the bone position will work better. So that's the problem actually, is that with regular models, that works. But with anime models, aka VRM models, that does not work, right? Because unfortunately, these do not have proper bone positions, right? Because when you rig a model, right, your bones actually are rotated, I guess, where they're supposed to be facing. So if you A-pose a model, right, you have your chest bone, your arm bone, and then your arm bone goes in this direction, right? You would expect your arm bone to be facing in this direction by default, which is like to the 7 o'clock position. In a VRM model, all your bones face forward. So I can't do it against your bone position. I've already adjusted for that in this application, OpenCPageGD, which you can find on my GitHub, which is in my description down below. So that's already taken care of. The problem is I'm trying to mimic, I guess, regular face tracking data via mouse position properly. You need to load the bone's default transformation. What do you mean? What do you mean? So VRM models. So a VRM model is just a GLTF model, but modified to fit the VRM specification. So the default position is actually just facing forward. I can't just load in the default position. Because that'll just give me bones that face forward. Right, if I loaded, I can load in this file as a GLTF, but then I lose a lot of the expression information as well, right? Because there's a lot of, I guess, custom blend shapes that they are all guaranteed to implement. And this is a bug, by the way, but we'll fix that. So I lose a lot of guarantees if I just load this in as a regular GLB model, a GLTF. So I can't do that. I wonder if this is 3 pi over 2? If I plus 3 pi over 2? What am I talking about? Yes, actually that might be correct. Yeah, so I think if I was just making this application to cater towards just regular 3D models, it would work, as you said, to like I guess normalize it against the bone position. But since I'm trying to cater towards an additional file format, I can't just do that. Like, I have it working right now. It's already catered for, but I need to normalize my mouse position against the actual face tracking position of this program. So this program right now, I'm wildly swinging my head from left to right. So it's all taken care of. It's tough though, right? Making integrations for things that because it wasn't really meant for is tough. So this is wrong, right? It's whenever we go over like 0, it kind of breaks. Where's my select tool? Select. Give me select. Get rid of this very embarrassing calculation that I wasn't able to do. I swear I'm good at math. Math, not meth. Never done any meth. CBH. For all the cops out there. Is it just 2 pi? I don't think that's correct. It might just be pi. So actually, oh, there we go. It is just plus 2 pi. What was I doing? No, because see, now we're doing this, which is incorrect. We don't want the duck to be able to look too far inside. I think it can go higher. So 2 pi. 2 pi. What's over 2 pi? 2 pi is equivalent to multiply this by 2. 2 over 4. I'm bad at math. How are you normalizing the cursor position? So I have the screen middle, so this is just the screen size divided by 2, which is this midpoint somewhere. And then I do the mouse position minus your screen middle, normalized. So this is just the built-in Godot normalized function, which causes this to be a unit vector. And then I'm multiplying it by 2 pi. I don't remember why I'm multiplying by 2 pi though. It's just something that happened. And it seems to work, but it might not be correct. You know, I think I'm okay. You know, if I'm incorrect, then that's okay. But I can say that multiplying this by 2 pi does seem to do the trick. Maybe I don't want to do it here. Maybe I don't want to multiply by 2 pi here. Maybe I want to selectively multiply by 2 pi. So I can do this by, I guess, like 4 pi. Wait, no, this is 2 pi squared. So maybe I want to multiply this by... So also, our difference in x and difference in y are actually reversed here, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. That's totally accurate. If I did it the other way, then it would be very weird, right? Because if we could go back to basic model, we have to... The face tracker gives me an x, y, and z vector. So the question becomes, what do I rotate these vectors around? So I've just decided that we rotate our x around the right axis, we rotate our y around the up axis, and we rotate our z around the back axis. Because I think we're actually looking at our map models backwards or in reverse. So instead of actually reversing the models, I've reversed the camera instead. Which is why this calculation is a bit weird. But I think this is correct. And you know, if you want to look at the code, by the way, the code is free and open source as well. Available on GitHub as VSS. Or you can also look at OpenCFace GD, which is under my normal profile. But I'm the steward of both of these projects, by the way. And also the steward of this bot. Look at that. And this repo. Look at that. Overlay. This isn't your normal Nightbot. It's not even normal Nightbot. It's just my own bot. Try not multiplying by 2 pi when normalizing? Well, maybe. Right? Because then this needs to be, I guess, multiplied by some factor as well, right? I guess this doesn't need to be multiplied by 2 pi then, right? We can just multiply by some scaling factor. And then this one we can, I guess, just take out. So we can do minus 2 pi. Well, no, we don't want to minus 2 pi. I don't know. It's one of the rotation things. One of the rotations is wrong, but I'm not sure which one. So this looks wrong. We're looking left and right at a prodigious rate, which is good. I think I can also just add 10 to the z-axis, unless this causes us to look backwards. Well, no, now the z-axis is kind of weird. Or is it because, hold on, OpenCFace GD, what do I do with the tracking data here? Don't I reverse the tracking data somewhere? Now that I'm thinking about it. One of these is somewhat reversed. Hold on, OpenCFace GD. When I construct the data packets, what do? I do something weird. I remember that. So a lot of this is correct. Packet frame size, blah, blah, blah. Model display screen. What do I do here? I don't reverse any of these, right? Yeah. Relative, yeah. No. Where's the function? Where's the function? Yeah, this one. Yeah, that's it, right? Then basic model, then it just goes into here, that's it. VRM model? I'm not even working with VRM, so I don't need to look at this just yet. Although I do know that VRM models do work a bit differently. So I do need to multiply by double 2 pi, I think. Yeah, there's nothing else. There's something wrong with the z value. You can see here that in the... like a lot of this stuff, I don't really use the z value all that much. So duck we don't need to look at. This is tough. You go back to mouse tracker. Hit it with one of these. So we'll continue to multiply by 2 pi. I don't know. Now it's slightly offset. Also, we're still looking inside of ourselves. So we minus 2 pi. See, yeah, like I think you're right. Multiplying by 2 pi when we normalize doesn't seem right. Now we just have a unit vector. But then what do we do here? Do I not want to multiply my y component by 2 pi? I think all this is doing is adding some roll to it, but I don't want any roll, right? Yeah. I guess that's okay. We can go left and right because I'm multiplying it by 2 pi. You can increase the font size. I can barely read that on my phone. So font size where? Font size where? This font size? Like this? Like this? Is this good? The code? He's done it. Alright. I'm done with my drink. I don't know. So this is all the Z is doing is adding a roll value, which I think we still want. I think we still want a roll value. No, because there's no way for me to determine how much to roll you by if it's just by your mouse position. What do you add for y by multiply by x? Well, okay, so that's pretty easy. Is we can just demonstrate here. Right? If I just take out all of these values, I don't do anything to it, then this is what we get. Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah, don't worry. We've tried this before. Try multiply for 2y2. So like this is wrong. This is okay, I guess. I guess the 2 pi is just to add like a scaling factor. The y, you can see whenever we cross over the midpoint of my screen, we roll over, right? 2 pi for y times 2 times pi. So just for the y value, still seems wrong. So what if we don't do it for the y value, and instead we do it for... Actually, hold on. Bring me all the way back. I need to go back to what we had before. That's what we had before. So, I know that this more or less works, but it's not completely correct. Because this only works for models that have their bones aligned correctly, which VRM models do not. But it is a very common thing to have, a VRM model. So we can just do multiply by 2 pi. Y is negative, so multiply by negative 2 pi. All right, negative 2 pi. Now we're still flipping, right? That's why I need to add 2 pi, right? Because I need to shift the midpoint of the screen up to the top of the screen, or to the bottom. It doesn't really matter, right? So this is the code that I'm running right now. It's our difference in y, which is just our mouse position minus our screen middle. So our mouse position at the top left is 0, 0. And at bottom right is the actual, you know, screen size. So this is our normalized from the screen middle. So your model will look at your mouse position. So I think this makes sense, right? It makes sense that this doesn't work. Maybe you meant plus minus 2 pi. So we shift it in one direction. But see, that causes our entire duck to flip over when we start tracking, right? So take a look, is when we start the tracker, boom, the duck head does an entire flip, which is not what we want. Right, that's what I'm trying to avoid. But even if we do it this way as well, I think this'll, well, no, this won't cause it to do a full, I guess that's okay. But then once we start adding a, I guess a scaling modifier to it, I don't think it works anymore. Maybe it does, and I'm just crazy, and I haven't tried it yet. I thought I tried this. Yeah, see, that doesn't work anymore. Yeah. So I need to plus 3 pi, wait, 2 pi, NPM is missing on my Mac, try 4 pi, what, 4 pi? Why am I trying 4 pi, and what does NPM have to do with that? Add parentheses? Where am I adding parentheses? Oh, here, right? I don't know. The circle is making me very confused. The unit circle is confusing me. Right, so this is wrong. Try 4 pi. Y plus 2 pi plus 10. Y plus 2 pi plus 10. Times 10. So you want 2 pi, oh, 2 pi times 10, basically, right? Well, you know, it depends on which side you want the parentheses on, I guess. Hold on. Get rid of this so it's more accurate. It doesn't work either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is right. Yeah. See, that's why I was doing it this way, is because I know that worked at least for normal models. But I need to emulate, I guess, just regular face tracker positioning. So, or maybe I just need to change how the rest of the code works? Maybe? So I'm using stored offsets, but I just leave these zeroed out. What does vectored represent? Vector represents, so this is the difference. So this is our normalized vector. And vector represents our normalized vector, so I kind of split up these values here. So This is our normalized vector. Vec represents our y components as our x component as our y, and then just our z component is 0. Because I feel like z is just causing us to roll, so I don't want us to roll, because there's no way for me to like control the roll intelligently if you're just tracking the mouse, right? As opposed to if you're tracking like actual head movement, it makes more sense. So that's tough. That's tough. So the vector is just our rotation as well. So it's a pitch, yaw, roll vector. Yes. Probably. I don't know. I mean, this is how it's being applied, right? This is how it's being applied. So vec, you can substitute it in vec here. So this is your rotation x, rotate around your right axis, because this code is really old. This is probably some of the oldest code in the application. I just haven't touched it. Most of it's not even used. Like, I don't use all of these functions here. I really only move head, and then I move the rest of your bones as well. Which I feel is wrong, but I don't really have any other way of rotating these, right? I guess I do, right? So if you have your x component should be rotated around your y in Godot terms. Your y component should be rotated around your... Wait. Your x should be rotated around your y component. Your y component should be rotated around your x... No, your x component is rotated around your up vector. Your y component is rotated around your... I don't really know. I don't know. It's just one of those decisions you have to make. I don't know. What's the correct thing? Right hand rule. Right hand rule is... I mean, that still doesn't explain which direction I rotate them in. Yeah. So, I mean, how do I rotate them? Is just one of them... So I should actually be rotating... I should flip these, and I no longer need to flip them in the tracker part? Right? I guess that makes sense, yeah. Your thumb is your axis you're rotating against, and the direction your fingers curve is the rotation motion. So I'm not great at that. I'm looking at it. The right, yeah, no, I'm looking at it. I'm pivoting my right hand. There's no hand tracking, right? I do plan on adding hand tracking, but the OpenC face does not support hand track. Well, I guess it technically does if you have a leap motion. Well, no, that's VC face. Never mind. What am I talking about? Huh. Anyways, we're not changing this. Not right now. Well, maybe we'll change it later. Either way, as long as I change it here in the actual tracker, so the tracker feeds into the model display screen. Model display screen feeds into basic model. That's the kind of application flow. That's the data flow. Anyways, I know this is wrong. I don't think this is right. But what does this give me, by the way? I'm interested. Yo. That's something we can fix later. This looks right. Something about this is wrong, but I'm not sure what. What did this look like before? If we times it by 10? I don't think that was right, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But we don't want to times by negative 10. Right? I think we just want to add 2 pi to it. Well, not... I don't know, maybe 4 pi. don't know. I'm losing it, dude. Nothing. This is kind of correct. Diff y times 10 plus 2 pi. Yeah. Well, I guess good thing you weren't here when I was first doing this, because I was... when I first came up with this entire algorithm, this was a lot of guess and check. I'm very bad at visualizing mathy stuff. Alright, well, nope, that's wrong. Yeah, so you don't want that to happen. I am printing out the logs in the bottom here, so I know... Ooh. Oh, okay, now the X component is also kind of broken at this point. Has the X component always been broken? And I just didn't check by moving my mouse over far enough? Let me check. Once again, so we start tracker. No. X component was not broken here. See, that's what I'm saying though, right? Is that we check this out, comment this. So you go back to the stuff I had before, right? You can see here that actually worked pretty well. Look at that. Maybe not, but it used to anyways. It was okay. Hold on. If we did it like minus 2 pi, which is the part that's yeah. This is the part that's baffling me, right? Like this looks really good. This is almost exactly what I want, except for when we get near the middle, then it starts to freak out because it's actually incorrect. But if we ignore all of that, trying to look straight at the camera, it looks really good. That's what I'm saying, is that it's something to do with which part, where we're rotating things around. Where the rotation is happening. Something is wrong here. Diff y times 10 plus pi? I'll try it, I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Is this in radians or degrees? It's in radians. It's in radians. So it needs to be in radians because normalized gives you a unit vector, and then if you go to basic model, rotated works in radians. So rotated rotates the transform around the given axis by the given angle in radians. So it must be in radians, which is why I'm working in 2 pi instead of 360. Your logs look like degrees. No, that's just because my logs are really, really off. That's just because my logs are really, really off. Like they're way too high. Right, because I'm no longer doing it normalized by 2 pi. Oh wait, hold on. Normalized by 2 pi. That's correct. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It's something to do with this step. It's this step that's wrong. It's that step that's wrong. Maybe I should normalize the mouse position before I get the difference? Maybe I should normalize both of these? Wait, no. No, hold on. No, maybe one of these. I'm trying to think, man. This is tough. You know what? Going back to here. So here I'm not actually using the radians, but I convert it to a radian later. So sometimes it would give me the Euler angle. So the Euler angle gives me degrees. So this is straight from the actual face tracker. And then I would need to do, if it gave me a negative value, I would need to instead subtract that negative value from 360. And then I change it into radians, I think. Yeah, using the offset. No, that's not correct. How does this application work again? Stored offsets, Euler offset, hold on. We'll figure it out. Euler offset. Euler offset is used in basic model. Euler offset is not used here, I think. Where do I use this? Use Euler offset. Update values. Interpolation data. What do you got? That's your rotation. Rotation is... No? Am I rotating this via degrees? And then like this has been very, very wrong this entire time? I don't think so. It might be though. I'm starting to doubt my own code. That's a bad sign. Huh. That's tough. How does my old code work? So this is the code that's currently live in the 071 build of OpenCFace GD, which is released on GitHub. This is pretty much exactly what it is, except like this tracking data get rotation method is, I guess, is no longer generic. It refers exactly to OpenCFace GD. That's tough though. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe my application. Maybe I've been doing it wrong this entire time, and I've just been forcing it to work, which would just be hilarious. You know, developer thinks they know what they're doing, presses buttons on keyboard. Initial understanding is wrong, but it still totally works. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna call it for a day. I'm actually like all overtime as well. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. You know, I'll go back to this old stuff, right? Mouse tracker. This one was more correct. We'll come back to this at some point. Look at that. Whee. Thank you for redeeming a randomized minion. I will be live tomorrow from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time working on something. Probably this, since I'm kind of burnt out on making games. You can check out my Ludum Dare entry. It didn't do too well. I was really disappointed. That's mostly because of the tutorial might have been a bit difficult. You can check that out there. I have a Discord, which I just linked in the thingy. If you haven't given the channel a follow, I would encourage you to give it a follow. Thank you very much, the Cloner X, for the follow. So yeah, I work on games. I also work on open source software like the face tracker that I've been working on here. I also wrote the stream avatars looking thing. Everything is free and open source. That's because I don't think my software is very good. So this is linked in with Twitch chat and all that good stuff. And also channel point rewards. So let's see your stream avatars do that. Also wrote the bot that's in chat. Check that out. So you can find the repo there. Look at that. And yeah. Did I peep everything? Give the channel a follow. Join the Discord. Give my project stars on GitHub. So this project is found here at VSS, also OpenCFace GD. That's a good one. But this is VSS, the next generation that will hopefully also be rewritten for Godot 4 and also support more tracking backends. Let me just give this code a push as well. So this is mouse tracking, git status. Where are we at? So git commit. Well, I'm doing a git commit because I'm trying not to push the .godot folder, but since that's like a Godot 4 specific thing. But you know what? Let's get rid of .godot. We don't need it. .godot. Where is it? .godot. So git status, git commit. What's the commit? More progress. Still need to fix rotation, model rotation. Forgot the git commit A, so hold on. Git commit A. I just push it. Oh, you know what? This is gonna fail, by the way. Because I rebased it, so git push force. It's my own branch, so I don't feel too bad about it. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I will be live tomorrow from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, working on something. We'll figure it out. We'll see how I'm feeling at that point in time. Do the channel follow, join the Discord, give me stars on GitHub, etc., etc. And I will see you later. Who do we still have here? I don't know. Do you have anyone you want to raid? Since there's more than 3 people here. I guess get prepared to get sent if there's no suggestions. I will pick one at random. Raid. As always, not too many Godot people. So, Godot engine. Who's doing Godot? There's a Y. There's Arrow. Let's rate Arrow, I guess. Good sense. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I will see you later. Goodbye. Arrow is also doing Godot.